Good morning, Fresno Unified students and families. Happy Monday. It's the start of our third week of school closure, so hopefully you're doing okay at home and maintaining social distancing. The president said we're going till April 30th, and you got to stay 6 feet away from people. So stop taking selfies with them, all right? I know that's hard. It's really hard for me. Today is a great book, though. This is The Incredible Book-Eating Boy on the front cover, on the back cover. Look at the back cover. He's like, hey, don't eat books. Here's the spine of the book right there. The author of The Incredible Book-Eating Boy is Oliver Jeffers, and he's actually from Ireland. So some of the book language in here is a little bit different. It's still English, but slightly different. And the back has a little bite out of it. Now, this has this cool cover that our librarian teachers use. They even tape these on to make sure that our books stay safe. But he's dedicating his book. It says Tom Coulter, 19 Sandwich Street, Belfast. Belfast is in Ireland. So again, here's the title page of The Incredible Book-Eating Boy by Oliver Jeffers. Look at that boy. Oh, man. Do you like books? Hopefully you don't like them that much. Henry loved books, but not like you and I love books. No, not quite. Henry loved to eat books. Look at his plate. He's got a half of a book on a fork. It all began quite by mistake one afternoon when he wasn't paying attention. He wasn't sure at first. He tried just eating one single word, just to test it. Next, he tried a whole sentence, and then he tried the whole page. Yes, Henry definitely liked them. By Wednesday, he had eaten a whole book. Don't try this at home, kids. And by the end of the month, he eat a whole book in one go. Look, he's throwing it up in the air. And then what does the sign say? The Incredible Book-Eating Boy. Look at Henry. I guess that's one way to get famous. Henry loved eating all sorts of books. Storybooks. This is Moby Dick on his plate. Dictionaries, atlases, joke books, books of facts. He's shoving it into the food processor. Even math books. He ate math books. But red ones were his favorite. Now here he is in the library. Librarians, how would you feel if you had Henry come and checking books out of your library? And he was going through them at a fierce rate. Just eating books, man. But here's the best bit. The more he ate, the smarter he got. So this is ABC. This says A, book goes in. B, information goes to brain. Brain getting bigger. C, belly gets full. Double win, right? You get smarter and you get fed. He ate a book about goldfish, and then he knew what to feed Ginger. Before long, he could do his father's crossword in the newspaper. He's telling, and he tells his dad, it's monumental. Pretty smart kid. I don't know. I'm not recommending you eat books just yet. And he was even smarter than his teacher in school. Look at it. He's diagramming a takeoff of a rocket. Maybe we should eat books. What do you think? Henry loved being smart. He thought if he kept going, he might even become the smartest person on earth. What do you think? Is that the secret? So he kept eating books, and he kept getting smarter and smarter. Look, here he's winning a quiz show. He has 4,367 points. This guy has 2. This guy has nothing, and he's ready to leave. Henry is super smart. And smarter, he went from eating books whole to eating 3 or 4 at a time. Books about anything. Henry wasn't fussy. He wanted to know it all. But then things started going not quite so well. Look at that book in Henry's dream. Oh, I'm going to eat you. Yikes. In fact, they started going very, very wrong. Henry was eating too many books, and too quickly at that. Bite, chew, 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 gulp, green. What happens when you turn green? He's getting sick. Greener, greenest. And then it says, oh, boke. Now, boke in Ireland, it says an Irish word for ejecting the contents of your stomach. So in America, we would say he yacked up a book. He was beginning to feel a little ill. But here's the worst bit. Everything he was learning was getting all mixed up in his head. 2 + 6 = elephant. That's not right. He didn't have time to digest it properly. It became quite embarrassing for him to speak. AWPBI. Oh gosh. Everything he's eating in these books, because he's eating so much at once, is getting all muddled up in his brain. Suddenly, Henry didn't feel very smart at all. Look at all of his classmates. I know, pick me. Miss, I know. Henry's just scratching his head. I guess that's what happens when you eat too many books. You lose your ability to answer questions in class. More than one person told him he should stop eating books. This is his dad. He says, no more books. The doctor says, your head and belly can't cope. The big, giant, scary book from his dream says, besides, it means no one else can enjoy them. And then the librarian says, you owe a total of, look at his book bill. Yeah, that's what your school librarian would have to do. They'd have to give you a missing book order for everything you ate. So don't eat books, I guess. So Henry gave up eating books, and he sat sadly for a long time with Ginger the fish. What was he going to do? Then, after a while, and almost by accident, Henry picked up a half-eaten book from the floor. But instead of putting it in his mouth, what do you think he did? He opened it up, and he began to read. And it was so good. Maybe there are other ways to get knowledge from books. Henry discovered that he loved to read, and he thought if he read enough, he might still become the smartest person on earth. And here he is with a big pile of broccoli, and this poster says, the incredible broccoli eating boy. Now Henry reads all the time. Although every now and then, chomp, look at the book. What did Henry do? Yeah, sorry, librarians. Your little plastic cover couldn't stop Henry this time. He bit right through the thing. And there he is, throwing broccoli. So, what should you do if you want to be the smartest person in the world? You should read. Don't try to eat the books like Henry. Just try to read and get as much knowledge and as much information as you possibly can, because reading is awesome. And thanks. I'm glad you're listening to the stories and letting me read to you. That's a real honor to be with you in your home. If you like these books, put up a picture of you learning or reading or laughing or loving any of the stuff we're doing. I love to see all that stuff. Thanks, and have a great Monday. Stay safe, my friends.